Good morning and welcome to the 25th Region 14 Conference Media Tip-Off. It's good to have everybody out this morning, and we'd like to thank those who are looking in on the Cardinal Sports Network as well, from across the league and from across the state. I'd like to recognize our committee members that put this together each year. Joining myself will be Brandon Ogden and Phil Hicks of the Tyler Morning Telegraph. This is the 25th one that Phil and I have done together, and we were just talking earlier. We don't think we have another 25 in us, so somebody better be ready to take the reins and run with it. I'd like to welcome Coach Leon Spencer, who's with us here today. Coach Spencer just recently turned 85 years old. Coach, we appreciate what you and your generation of coaches did to build this league and make this league what it is, and we're proud to carry on the tradition, and we thank you for being here today. It means a lot having you here today with us. We lost two family members of the Region 14 here in August, just a few days apart. I want to stop down just a moment this morning and say a few words about AD, Tyler Junior College Athletic Director Kevin Vest, and longtime Wagstaff Gymnasium scorekeeper of any of the other teams, as long as they weren't playing TJC at the time. Because I'm telling you right now, Dale Pruitt loved him some Apache ladies. And I loved going to the gym and being able to visit with Dale before we would play them over there, or they would come over here and play, and he'd come to the games because he was keeping the scorebook. And I'll just tell you right now, basketball season is not going to be the same without those two men this year. There's going to be a void in all our lives, not just TJC's, but the entire region. So at this time, if you would, I'd like to join me in a moment of silence in memory of both Kevin and Dale. Thank you. And this time we'll start our presentation from the coaches. We're going to let our Zoomers get in and out first, both men's and women's. So I think first up on our list is Nathan Purswell. If we got Nathan keyed up.
Yes.
Hey, Nathan, go ahead.
Okay, so I am Coastal Bend College women's basketball coach Nathan Purswell, and this is my 7th year in the region. As always, thank everybody. Thanks to all the women's coaches, men's coaches for making this region great and to be able to be a part of it. Hospitality on the road, all that good stuff. So this year we've had 2 scrimmages so far already. Go to our 3rd one this weekend. Just trying to play fast, shoot a lot of threes, make a lot of threes, hopefully this year. The 2 returning sophomores, Janila Kennedy from North Shore, she's looking to be a big part of what we do this year, and Jordan Shepard from San Antonio. They'll be our 2 sophomores that to keep an eye out on. Guard, we returned 7 total, 5 freshmen, smallest team I think we have, 12, 13 players. So it's pretty fun in the gym to coach and just get after it. We have a freshman from Rio Hondo, Texas, Eliza Rodriguez, who can put the ball in the hoop. So we're really excited about having her too. As far as the schedule, we start November 2nd, 3 home games, Howard College here. And so we're really looking forward to playing a competitive schedule. A lot of NJCAA Region 5 teams before conference kicks up. Get ready for a tough conference year. So thank you, and best of luck to everybody.
Thanks, Nathan, for joining us today. Next up, we'll hear from Coach Cheyenne Gray of Jacksonville College.
Hi, y'all. Jacksonville College, Cheyenne Gray. This is my first season as head coach. Really looking forward this year. We really want to play fast but under control, and we're really going to utilize our post play this year. We've got some pretty strong post players. We've got 3 returners that have given us good leadership, getting us ready for the season, and brought in a pretty big freshman class. Saleha Holmes from Dickinson, Texas, Kiesia Robinson from Houston, and Grace Okath from Nigeria are going to really good things for us. We have 2 freshmen that come in that I'm really excited about. Maddie Burns from Martins Mill, Texas, and Chantel Bridson from Beaumont. Like I said, utilize the post play. We open up November 2nd against Weatherford, and we're really excited about a strong schedule getting us ready for conference. Good luck,
Coach, thanks for
everybody.
joining us today. Next up will be Coach Jeff Jenkins of Blinn College.
Thank you for having me. Don't really like being after Cheyenne, a 50-year-old after a first-year coach, but as far as Blinn this year, we have 2 returners. They're both good players. They were role players last year. They both averaged about 3 points a game. We lost 95% of our scoring. I got no transfers in, so I have 14 freshmen. So I keep telling myself after every practice, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And hopefully by February, we'll be playing some decent basketball. And good luck to everybody.
Thanks for joining us, Jeff. Now we'll turn to the men's side, and we'll turn to Coach Brandon Martinez of Coastal Bend College.
How's it going? Good morning, Coaches Committee. Thank you for having me today. I'll kind of keep it short and sweet. Got some big shoes to fill after going 19-11 last year, 12-7 in conference. But our 9 sophomores and 5 freshmen looking forward to continuing building on what we started last year to kind of help keep Coastal Bend trending in the right direction. Some notable names, I guess, Ryan Moore out of Cypress Ranch in Houston, Texas. Traylon Swazer out of Side Ridge. Reese Allen out of Summer Creek High School, and then our latest addition, Jeremiah Anderson out of New York. Really looking forward to seeing these guys run it down. Got a scrimmage tomorrow. It's HT, so I'm really looking forward to what we have. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. Now we'll turn our attention to Jacksonville College and Coach Lewis Truscott.
Good morning, all. Pray all is well. In regards to Jacksonville College, have a 6'6" returner in Anthony Riggins, who averaged 8 points and 5 rebounds per game for us last year. A 6'5" guard in Jackson Basungu, who I brought in at the break. I think he'll be a great addition, a great asset to the program this upcoming season. Got a 6'10" D2 transfer in Massimo Moretti from Italy. Pretty skilled. Think he'll be a great asset as well. 6'9" freshman out of Houston, Sharpstown. I think he'll be a great asset. And a 6'8" combo forward in Donovan Holcomb, who I think will be a great asset as well. Overall, we are a fairly young team, but versatile. We got a group of guys who love to compete and hate losing, so far as in practices and stuff. So I guess that's half the battle right there. Guys that love the game and love to compete and win. So very excited for my team. Again, we versatile. I think we can play big. I think we can play small. As a lot of you guys said, our aim is to play fast. So I think that's going to be one of our strengths. So I'm excited about the season and go Jags.
Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I think that wraps up the Zoomers that we have online. We got one more, Coach Nick Wade of Lee College.
Thank you so much for having us and always putting on such a great event for the region. Lee College is excited to get back to it. We lost a really good group of guys that kind of stuck with us through the pandemic years, and we're wishing them all the best at their new schools. Our sophomores have been really doing a good job, setting our standard and getting everybody on track. Really excited about the emergence of Jorge Moreno, Landon Jumawan, and all of our sophomores who really, really do a good job. Got to give credit to our guys so far. They're competing at a high level and learning every day and just continuing to get better. And we hope that we just continue to, slowly build a solid foundation to help Lee move forward, not only in the region but on a national scope. Wishing all the best to all the coaches this year. This past weekend at the Mullins event, it's going to be a war day in and day out. Not only great coaching but great teams, and we're really excited to compete at a high level this year.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. And now we'll start our live panel, and the leadoff hitter will be Trina Tillis-Howard of Tyler Junior College.
Hey, I've been in this business 24 years. I got to get all the claps I can get. Good morning. How's everyone? The first thing I want to tell you is thank you guys for having this awesome event. I was talking to the coach at Walter State yesterday, and she was calling me to ask me some things that we do in Region 14, because she was bragging about how good Region 14 is about doing things that is greater than everyone else, and that we are always a step above everybody else, and we're always a cut above everybody else. And I told her we were going to have our media day tomorrow, and she was like, that's cool. She said, a lot of us don't have that. And then we got to talking, and then I was telling her that the biggest thing about our conference is that we have such camaraderie amongst our coaches. We're competitive against each other, but we're there to cheer and to celebrate one another. So, leading into this, I want to congratulate Precious and Jeff for leading us last year in getting to the national tournament and showcasing what Region 14 can do at that high level. Now, Precious didn't bring it home, but we know she wants it, and every time she goes out on the court, she's fighting for it. And she said she needed her other group from last year to hear this, for us to say that every time we get up here today. So we're going to make sure we talk about that. As far as those Apache ladies, we have 14 players this year. That should have been a hand clap. When you coach, I never would have thought I'd have coached the season with just 7 players, and then to end the season with just 6. But to go 20-11 and then end up being co-head coaches of the year with Precious Ivy, that was big time. But that was just a bunch of players that were little engines that never gave up, that played through adversity and refused to just let adversity and situations get them down. And 4 of those 7 kids went on to D1s. They're getting excited about their D1 careers, and they're having a good time. But for this year's Apache ladies, we're excited. We have Fanta Kone, who was honorably mentioned as an All-American. She was 1 point from being a triple-double kid. That just can make a team better. She works hard. We lost her right after the Trinity Valley game, and she was a big hit to our team last year. Or I thought with those 7, we could have made a little ruckus. We have Kiana Bennett, our shooter. She's back. She's playing with a lot more confidence. She's finding a game that's not just a 3-point shooting game. She's being able to put it on the floor, and she's really worked on being able to pass that basketball. Also to that is Lillian Jackson. We say she's our mid-range kid. She's smooth. If I can ever get her to rev up her engine and just play like a Mustang instead of a laid-back Pinto, she would be a phenomenal player. We've added a kid we call Big Baby. And if you let Big Baby get you down to the block, she's just a big kid that's just deadly. She's a lot of body to try and get around. She's young. She's going to make a lot of young mistakes. You're going to say, oh, this kid is so good, and then you're going to say, oh, this kid is so bad all at the same time. But she's so much fun. The biggest thing about this kid is she likes to touch. And you might see her holding my hand in the middle of the game. And if you do, just pray for me, because you know what I'm having to go through this year with her. But we've got good kids. We've got Shaylin Morgan from North Shore. She's a kid that's a slasher. Maya Bowie is going to be coming back from an ACL surgery where she got injured 2 games into the season last year. Kamora Jackson, a Tyler kid, which is my first presidential scholar. I'm excited about her. Kalichi DK, if you look at her name is DK. Please look on there, DK. You're going to want to say something else. It drives her crazy when people call her a different name. Sejana Anderson is a little lefty guard, the strong going to the left. We're trying to teach her that she does have a right hand. Grace is a kid that we had last year. We got her late. She's a post player that's a good back-to-the-basket post player. She's a little nervous about being able to play this year, but once she gets her confidence, she's going to be a strong player. And then we got Amari Wells from Canton, and she's just a little kid that we call her pesty because she's driving everybody crazy, but on defense she's just this pest, and she just doesn't go away, and she works hard. And we just appreciate you guys again for doing this. Thank y'all for doing a shout out to Dale. Y'all know Dale was my heart, and it's going to be tough for me to be on that sideline not having my Dale next to me. And let's just go and give them a show, y'all. All righty.
Next, we'll hear from Coach Brittany Christian of Paris Junior College.
Good morning, everyone. Again, just to echo Coach's sentiments, thank you guys for coming, and thank you for putting this on. Thank you, TVCC, for hosting. I feel like you get plugged to host a lot of stuff for us, but thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. You know, coming into this season, my goal and our goal for our program is just to move the needle some. This is my third season here at Paris, and you know, the last 2 seasons we've spent just building our foundation, establishing our culture, establishing our style of play. I think we have done that, and this year I'm excited to see what we do with a good group of returners that understand what Paris is about and how we need to move from here on out. With that being said, I have 4 returners and 1 transfer back who are kind of leading the charge for us. All of my kids got a lot of on-the-job training as freshmen. We had last year, as Coach Hort mentioned, she had 7, I had 7 too by the time we got to conference play. Of my 7, 5 were freshmen, and I have 4 of those kids back on my roster this year. So they got, like I said, a lot of on-the-job training, and they got a lot of experience running through Region 14 night in and night out. Transfer back is Shawnice Reed, who was very good for me my first year. And, you know, if she doesn't do anything else, she knows how to put the ball in the basket. We all need a kid that can do that. To couple with my returners and my transfer, I brought in 8 freshmen for a total of 13. And my freshmen is a really, really eclectic group. You know, we have some size, we have some really good skill and wiggle in our ball handling, but then we just have some kids that are just hard-nosed defenders, ready to get up and press full court and really do what we do as a unit. We've always been a defense-first system. You know, our thing is defend, rebound, run. Last year, we did a really good job of forcing turnovers. I think we finished conference play as first in forced turnovers. But with a lot of freshmen on the floor, we didn't convert on those. So that's our focus this year, is to make sure that we keep our defensive intensity up and that we start converting on those possessions and really, really eating off of the work that we're putting in. You know, we scheduled a really, really good schedule from top to bottom, and we absolutely need it to come into conference play and play against the Tylers and the Trinity Valleys and the Kilgores and Blends. So I'm really excited just to see where we go from this point on in this season.
Next up, we'll hear from Coach Chelsea Hudson of Panola College.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I would like to give a shout out to my athletic director, Don Clinton, as well as my counterpart, Joe, who is entering his first year. That's literally the seat I sat in last year. So I'm excited for him and what he's doing and what we're doing. Coming into this season, I have 1 lone returner I've not seen her since March. Her name is Tajane Abbott. She's currently playing volleyball for us. So literally a completely different team, starting with my staff in Aaliyah Johnson and Quantrell Kemp to begin it out. But we are excited. We've come up with the theme Through the Wall. That's our hashtag for the year. And that right now is simply us. We are in our way sometimes. We are the wall that we are facing, and we are excited to prepare to make these guys the walls later on, starting in January. We're excited about freshman Awafane coming to us from Senegal, Janae Southall, guard from Louisiana, and Maylin Go, she's gonna get mad if I mispronounce that. Her name is Maylin Go, coming to us from Israel. We are also excited to add transfers, Taja Stevens and Paige Taylor. Paige has some background. They went to the NJCAA tournament last year, so we're excited to have her knowledge and her expertise coming in. We're excited to start season off with a grueling schedule, get some wins under our belt, but also head out to my hometown, shout out to Midland, Texas, and play down with Ron Jones' thing. We also are just really coming in, again, through the wall, and just coming in to be strong, play tough. We want to be known for playing hard, just on this road to get us to Wyoming this year. So we are excited, and go Phillies.
Next up will be Coach Stephanie Williams of Kilgore College.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. First, I want to congratulate Trinity Valley and Blinn for representing us well in the conference last year. I want to tell Coach Trina, TJC, you have our condolences and prayers as well. And obviously, we want to thank Trinity Valley for hosting this once again. I want to thank my athletic director for showing up, as well as I want to thank my media, Chris and Manny, for coming all the way out here. I appreciate y'all for doing that. And Jack, I know this is your job, but I appreciate you for coming as well. Jack is also going to be our Hall of Fame this year, so congratulations. I want to thank my assistant coaches, Shamari Harris and Nigel Mayfield, for also showing the support. When we get started this year, I'm going into my third year in Region 14, 13th year of coaching. I'm really excited about this group. We got 4 returners. First person that's coming up is Jerry Daniels. Really excited about Baby J, that's what we call her. She was doing really well for us, tore her ACL early in the season. So I'm excited for her to bounce back quickly. Jasmine Sostan, she's my big shooter. And then everybody knows Nyla Inman, Pop, JUCO All-American, top 40. She's increased in her game. She's taking it seriously, so there's going to be a huge jump from her freshman year to her sophomore year. She's really been working on her handles and on her shot, so I'm really excited about that. We have 3 transfers coming in. Bracayla Hampton coming from Northwestern, Jordan Wright as well coming from Tarleton, and Parina Leme from Australia. She's my international kid coming from Texas A&M Commerce. I think our roster is going to be full from top to bottom. Our theme this year is built different. Those girls know when they walk in, you're going to give your best day in and day out, and that's all I ask. We're going to make you the complete player in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and most importantly on the floor. I think that represents the region well. I think this region is the toughest region in our conference, and so you got to be built different to play in here. And so we coming in with that mindset. Thank y'all so much.
Next will be Coach Byron Coleman of Angelina College.
Morning, everybody. Again, same thing most of these coaches said. Thanks to the media. Without y'all, this doesn't happen. Again, they've said it. It's the toughest league in the conference. We do a great job of showcasing this, so keep doing this. We really appreciate that. A little bit about my team this year. We're coming off a 4th place finish. Didn't finish how we want to. Lost in the first round to Panola. Chelsea's team did an excellent job versus us defensively. We just needed to get better. We couldn't score last year. We were, I think, number 3 in the country in rebounding, and I think we were first in offensive rebounding. We couldn't score. We could not put the ball in the basket. So we think we changed some of that, fixed some of that in our recruiting. First player we talk about, though, is Marie Kenembini, returning freshman from Cameroon. She was All-American, WBCA, NJC All-American. She's definitely working hard. We're really excited about her. I think she can just continue to pick up where she left off from last year. Mackenzie Paul is a 1-2 guard for us, left-handed kid, very athletic, can get downhill. She's improving, her shot's improving. She's shooting the ball really well, looking just for more leadership out of those 2 kids. Those are the only 2 kids we have back from last year. We have 3 transfers. Amir Walker, who led the league in three-point percentage last year from Blinn. Jade Fry is really worked hard from Denison. And then Janae Quinn, a point guard, small 5'1" point guard. This kid's a spark plug. She's very confident in her offensive game. I'd like for her to, I think she's the kind of kid that could be one of the top assist kids in the country, but she can score it though too. So we're trying to find a balance with her. Freshman-wise, Marie Escobar, 6'1" post kid from Columbia, has come in and done really well. I'm excited about the group, but we got to have some freshmen that are going to come along with it. We're waiting on a freshman or 2 to kind of really step up. We're all new. We're picking up our transition game and trying to play really fast. The only problem is at times when we play in practice or go against each other, it looks like we're running Blinn's transition, Paris's transition, Midland's transition, and we got 5 kids running a totally different transition game. So we're just trying to get everybody to run Angelina's transition. Once we get that down, we're going to be okay. I'm excited. I think, we'll look raggedy earlier. We'll probably look really bad this weekend at the scrimmage, but if we can pull it all together, we have a chance to compete. We really do. So we'll definitely see what this thing looks like in March. Again, good luck to everybody. Look forward to seeing everybody along this long journey towards the conference tournament and national tournament. Thank you.
And we'll wrap up the women's side of things with Coach Precious Ivy of Trinity Valley.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Good morning. Thank you to the media. Thank you to Eddie. And thank you to my new assistant coaches, Lola Reed and Tarnisha Scott. And thank you to Miss Linda, one of our most loyal fans. I think I say this every year, but she gets me in more trouble than anybody I know on campus just by coming to my office or whatever. If we're together, we up to something. Just know that. Again, thank you, Travis, you as well. I mean, you're everywhere. I heard there was a joke. They don't know where you came from. You just showed up like a kitten at your doorstep, and you haven't left since. So thank you to you. And then welcome, Coach Marty Levingston. We appreciate you, big dog. He's been a joy to have on campus. His energy, his passion, it's been really good. Lady Cards, what can I say? We have a roster of 10. Had a kid from overseas that didn't get to make it over on time, and just some other things that happened before school even started. So we have just learned to deal with the present and figure out everything at hand, right? I'll start with Tyler Roberts. She is a freshman guard forward. She's just going to have to play wherever we ask her to play because of the condition of our team. Strong kid, will run through a wall even if she don't know what's on the other side. She doesn't care. She's just going to do it, and she'll just reap the good or the bad, whatever comes with it. Next, we have our returner, Liddy Mwamba. She averaged 4.7 points last season. Last year, she played 2-3 for us. This year, she'll play 2-3-4-5. It doesn't matter. Wherever I call Liddy to come in, she's just going to give us whatever she has, in which, she's tough, she's long, she's athletic. She may not always know exactly what I'm saying, but she knows at the end of the day, I just wanted to play hard and defend and put the ball in the hole when that's what she's called to do. Kennedy Davis, a freshman point guard, very poised. She's from Mississippi. Her sister actually played for me and Trina at TJC. I don't know if you guys remember Jasmine Prophet, but she went on to play. So I have the same expectations for her little sister, Kennedy. Kennedy just comes in every day. She's a freshman, but she always knows what to say. Like, she's like your little coach anytime the coaches aren't around. She's going to get them in check. She's going to tell them when they're wrong. She's going to tell them when they're right. She's going to tell you, I love you. She's going to tell you, I can't stand you. However she's feeling, you're going to know. And it's only for the betterment of our team. And her leadership, even though right now she's out, has been very much so needed and appreciated. Haley Malcolm, a transfer post player, about 6'1". Unfortunately, I can't tell you nothing about Haley because I haven't seen the girl play since the first 5 minutes, the first day of practice. So she went down with an injury. She just got her boot off Monday, I want to say. So maybe if y'all call me next week, I can give you a little bit about Haley. Maya Giles, another kid, she was in for about 3 weeks. Got hurt, and now she is out for the season. She tore her ACL, was on a very good track to be probably one of the fastest shooting guards, probably in Region 14. Kiara Sanderlin transferred from U of H. That kid is very old school, I will say. It looks like it's slow and it's not going to happen, but before you know it, the ball is in the basket. She does some things, and I'll look at my assistants like, how'd she do that? But somehow the ball ends up in the basket, so I don't question it. We are just trying to get her to go a little faster and then jump a little higher, because like I said, very old school and just slow you down and rock you to sleep kind of sorta, and then next thing you know, boom, there's a basket. So excited about her, just asking her to step up and talk a little more. I mean, her game speaks, but we just want her to be a little more vocal. Brianna Baxter, not your traditional kid. She played and then set out for a couple years and just wanted another opportunity. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, to give kids opportunities to get their education. And so if we have to use basketball to do that, then that's what we're going to do. April Edwards, big body guard. The kid is so strong. I'm calling myself letting her box me out, and I got bruises. And she's about 5'8", 5'9", and she could be a linebacker, in my opinion. The kid's so strong. Shoots it pretty well, can probably play the 1, 2, or the 3. I'm encouraging her to get downhill more and more every day as she is coming back from her injury as well. We have Madison Bush, long guard / forward. She'll play inside and out for us. She can rebound well. She defends well. If we can just get her to put it in the hole when she gets those steals or when she gets the kick-outs from other guards, she'll be going in the right direction. And then last but not least, we have Kennedy Johnson. She's from Dallas. She's a pest. I mean, if there's that net that's flying by and you doing this, that's her, because she's on you from one end of the court to the other, 94 feet, and she embraces it. She loves to defend. I mean, we have a practice guy. It's actually one of his assistants, and the guy's pretty good. He's fast, and she's always like, Coach, can you bring him to practice? I need to defend him. So looking forward to her leading us defensively and getting things going 94 feet as we just put the pressure on you that you know Trinity Valley is going to bring day in and day out. As far as the overall team, I think we're headed in the right direction. We're just starting to get kids back and kind of putting some things together. So our offense and our defense is, like Byron said, it's not looking like it's supposed to be looking right now, but it's not about right now. It's about what we're doing in the future. And just to echo what Jeff said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So we can just stay going and going and going and going. I would like to see some of these faces down in Wyoming where we'll be. Go Cards.
Now we'll turn our attention to the men's side and start off with Panola coach Joe Kuligowski. I've been practicing.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to start off by thanking a couple people. I'm a first-year head coach. I was an assistant with the program last year. First, I wanted to thank Don Clinton, Dr. Powell for trusting me and taking over the program. Chelsea, thanks for making this transition a lot easier. For me, she kind of showed me the ropes, doing some head coaching ins and outs, things that I didn't have to handle last year. I want to give a big shout out to Mike Nesbitt, who was the head coach of our program last year. He kind of let me do a lot of behind the scenes stuff that prepared me to kind of take the helm of this program. As far as my coaching staff goes, we have one returning coach, Aaron Williams, and then I've also added Tad Andrews, who was at John A. Logan last year, and Kyle Smith, who was a grad assistant at Louisiana Tech last year. We also have Bruce Cook, who handles our sports performance, so I wanted to give him a huge shout out. He does a great job with our student athletes. Wanted to also recognize our group from last year. As far as qualifiers and sophomores graduating, we went 6 for 6 with players earning a scholarship to 4-year universities, and that's really one of the main reasons why I'm here. It's all about the kids. So if I can help these student athletes get to the next level, earn a scholarship, and keep pursuing their dreams on and off the court, that's what it's all about. So I had a great experience last year at Tyler, the region tournament. It was an awesome environment. The championship was great. We obviously lost to Trinity Valley by 2 in overtime, but I mean, it's everything you could ask for. Like, Region 14 has great battles, great teams, great coaches. So as far as my first experience in the region, I had a great time, and I'm really looking forward to what we can accomplish this year and compete against these other coaches and teams. As far as this year's roster, we have 5 returning players from last year's team, so it's nice to kind of have that nucleus, one for me, because they know what to expect and what my standards are, and then they're showing our 7 newcomers kind of what we expect. We added 2 Division I transfers, 1 Division II transfer, 2 JUCO transfers, and then 2 true freshmen. So we tried to stay old. We'll have 10 sophomores on this roster. I think that's kind of the brand of college basketball nowadays, right? If you want to win, you want to stay experienced and stay older. So that's kind of what I did with my first recruiting class. We kind of mixed up our schedule. We're excited as far as non-conference. We're doing the East-West Challenge again. We get to play Howard and Odessa, and then we're taking a little cool trip when we come back from Christmas break to Pensacola. So that'll be a fun 8-hour bus ride for our guys. But other than that, I'm excited. Very grateful to be in this position, and go Ponies.
Next up will be Coach Robert Bird from Kilgore College. I'll just let him take it on down for me.
Appreciate that. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Before we get started, I'd like to just give a big time thank you to Trinity Valley for hosting this wonderful event. Would also like to thank our media counterparts for showing up. Big time thank you to you, Jack, KC Media, Chris, and Manny. Big time thank you to you all. Coach Eulandis Jones, my assistant coach. He started on August 25th, just 3 days before the first day of school. And so big time thank you for you being here as well. And then last but not least, big time thank you to my athletic director, Coach Courtney Pruitt. Appreciate you showing up, being here to support like you have for the past 8 weeks. So truly appreciate that. This is my first season at Kilgore College. Started at Kilgore on August 7th. And so we have 13 student athletes currently. One that was on the roster last season, but he redshirted. And so, we essentially had about 2.5 weeks, and we signed 12 student athletes. And so we don't really have any returners. Obviously, this is my first season at Kilgore, but my second in the league, coming from Coastal Bend College. And so we have a few student athletes that are new to Kilgore, but not new to me. So they kind of understand the expectations and what we're kind of trying to get done. And so just to make light of some of those student athletes, firstly, we have Willie Williams, started for me at Coastal Bend last year. He was second team all-region, averaged 10 points, 9 rebounds a game. We had a great opportunity to compete at Mullins this past weekend, and he has added a lot to his game, so I'm really excited about that. Secondly, we have Jamil Mutaliv. He's a 6'6" guard out of Houston, Texas. He also started for me last season, was more so a shooter, and just having the opportunity to evaluate him this past weekend, he was on that rim a lot. So really excited about all the work that he put in and the additions that he has added to his game. And then last but not least, we have a scorer, number 3, Peter McKee. Honorable mention, he was up and down last season, but averaged about 12.5 points. But he's very familiar, can really score at 3-level scorer, and he showed well as well this past Saturday. And so just really excited to hit the ground running and have the opportunity to compete against these great coaches, and just looking forward to, maintaining and building something great at Kilgore College. So thank you.
Next up will be Coach J.J. Montgomery of Angelina College.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Still trying to get over that loss. 49ers pulling my Cowboys on Sunday. I don't know what's going on with Dak, but hopefully he can get his act together here quick. Before I get started, I just want to say congratulations to both Trinity Valley programs on winning the conference last year and representing Region 14, also with Blinn. And thank you guys for putting on a great event today, Trinity Valley, and hosting this event. Before I get started, big shout out to my assistant, Eric Colbert. That was probably our biggest signing this year. Angelina College. Eric is no stranger to Region 14 or in the JUCO ranks. We've had a lot of success in this league and also other places. So we're glad to have him back home, Angelina. Hoping we can keep him there for a while. I'm excited about this group we have this year. We're returning 8 players. All 5 stars are coming back from last year's team, so the experience is there. We were able to add 4 transfers with this group, so we got a little bit older, and we also got some good freshmen that came in from the high school level. But I started off with Patrick Johnson. I started in point guard last year, returning. He was all conference and our region last year. Very quick point guard, floor general, sees the floor real well. Great leader. Great to have him back. Also Xavier Owens and Kanan Holder, both was earned all conference honors last year. They both are returning as well. Glad to have Big Nakari Eganhan back. Nakari started 5 games last year in conference. He had a great start. He was averaging about 13 and 8 before he went down. We're expecting big things from him. We was able to add 7'1" Domijan Vucevic from Montenegro, transfer in. He bring in that size and rebound that we didn't have last year. So we're expecting big things from him. E.J. Evans is another JUCO transfer from New Jersey. Big, strong combo guard. He had a great showing down at the Jamboree. He's just a guy that can put the ball in the basket. And we didn't have that last year. We was really good at defense, but we didn't have a guy that we can go to go get us a bucket. And that's what he brings to the table. Aaron Carter, another combo guard, transferring in from Oklahoma. Just a solid guard, very smart with the ball, can really shoot it. Overall, we have a very experienced team, and we got a couple of dogs, and we all know what that can bring to the table, man. So we're looking forward to this year. I think we're gonna have a great year. Hopefully, everyone stay healthy. But I was able to see everybody play down at the Jamboree, and I say that this conference is in good hands. I think the coaches did a good job putting these teams together, so it's going to be a dogfight every night. That's all I have, and good luck to everyone this year.
And now we'll hear from Coach Bill Foy of Paris Junior College.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you to Benny. Thank you to the Trinity Valley people, Eddie, Dr. Morrison, Precious, Marty, Leon. Appreciate you coming. You're a legend. I respect you so much. Our region is really, really good. You know, and I was really a little bit disappointed last year that Panola or Lee didn't get an at-large bid. I really felt like both of them deserved that. I know there's not a lot of at-large bids for the NJCAA, but they were both ranked high enough. And what they did in our league last year, I thought said a lot, because the depth of our league is so good, and the record they had, I really didn't think that was fair, but it's just one of those things that happens, I guess. But the region is great. I mean, all the national championships that have come out of this region on the men's and women's side, I think there's been at least 8 that I know of on the men's side, lots of them on the women's side. And I think that the thing I think makes this league so great is just the depth factor. I mean, there's other leagues, their top few teams are really, really strong. But as far as from top to bottom in this region, I think it's the best in the country, if not the best, one of the top couple. But our team this year, I feel like we're a little bit better. We have 2 returners, Morris Williams. He's gotten stronger, looking for great things out of him. Had a nice freshman year. Caleb Jones didn't have great stats last year, but he has really improved in the offseason, and he's been a pleasant surprise for us. We have a nice group of freshmen. Cordrick Turner out of Sulphur Springs is a post kid that has been doing well. Dre McKnight out of McKinney Boyd, solid player, has been doing well. Femi Alanian out of Allen, has been doing some nice things for us on the practice floor, and we got other guys too. So I feel like we're better. Last year wasn't a great year for us, not up to our standards. We did win a game in the regional tournament, but looking to do better than we did last year, and I really appreciate everybody coming here. Great coaches in this league on the men's and women's side. It's always a battle every night that you go out, but thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Marty asked me to keep it brief because he'd like to talk longer, so I'll hurry up. First of all, this was a lot more entertaining for all you young coaches when Red was doing this, because he would tell a couple of jokes every year that you can no longer tell. But that always made it entertaining. So thanks to everyone. It's always great event. Trinity's 24. I'm 23 years in this. We've been together a long time. I was trying to do the math real quick while I was listening to everyone, and I've coached against more than 70 head coaches in this league at the other teams while I've been here, and it's probably more than that for Trinity on the women's side. So we've seen a lot of faces come and go in this league, and the talent's always stayed great, the league stayed great, the interest level has stayed great to watch all that go on. So we're a little bit better this year. We're older than we've been with some transfers that have helped us out and 3 returners, so we're a little bit excited, and I'm going to miss Dale too. First game I ever watched Dale scorekeep, that was more entertaining than the game, because he used to keep 3 or 4 pins in each hand of different colors. And at the end of the game, he'd give you this sheet. And Jeff Moore was my assistant. He's now in charge of recruiting at LSU. He was an academic All-American at 3 places. And for 3 hours after that game to this day, we still don't know what was on that sheet. He was way ahead of the game before analytics even came about. So we're going to miss him very much. So thanks again for everyone being here. Best wishes. Marty? Would you like to be announced?
No, not at all. Suppose I'll just start with thanking God. I think we all know a lot of this doesn't happen without that. And we all have a purpose, just helping people be blessed. And I'm thankful to Dr. Morrison for the job and believing in me, and Eddie, and Guy Furr's been awesome, Mike Hembry. Having Coach Spence around and having him on the wall and the trophy case and being able to kind of get to know him a little bit, and Coach Precious and her greatness around here at Trinity Valley has been a blessing. I'm just happy to be here. As I look at these other coaches, it's really cool because I got history with a lot of these guys. I met Eric at University of Nebraska, 10 years ago. I've been battling Coach Bird. I've talked to Coach Foy on the phone a few times. Me and Mike have worked together with this. He does a lot for the region, as you guys know, as far as events and organization. And then Joe's team, Panola, came over and kicked our butts at SAU Tech last year. But it's just been, I can tell this is special. I've never had a media day. And just thankful for everybody that put this stuff on. Region 14 is awesome. We are just like everybody else. We have a saying where we want to get old and stay old. So I'm just going to start with the 3 returners. Makai Dorsey was starting point guard last year. I think he had 18 points in the region championship game last year, and he's just kind of got that it factor. He's as tough as you get, one of the best defenders I've ever been around. And then Aliou Cisse and Devin Franklin are both kind of hybrids, kind of, I don't know what position you would call them, 2, 3, 4s, kind of right in between, and can even play the 5 in a pinch. So their versatility at keeping them has been huge. Then we added 4 Division I transfers. Eber Bayou is from Valparaiso. He's resting a knee that he kind of tweaked a little bit this weekend, but we think he's going to be okay. He's just going to have to rest it. I think everybody's kind of going through the injury bug this time of the year. Braden Wood was a transfer from SIU Edwardsville, and then Momo Cisse is a transfer from St. Louis. And Ahmad Bynum being a transfer from DePaul. He's a pretty special scorer. But it's pretty lucky to have some of those guys around. And then I added 3 junior college transfers. Clemmy Chandler is a transfer from Kennedy King. Denham Johnson's a transfer from Southeast Nebraska. And then I brought my starting point guard, Phil March, from SAU Tech. And then we have 3 freshmen, and 2 of them are local kids that we're really, really excited about. Garrett Knuckles being from Bullard. He's very, very talented. Being a coach's son, he's just been a pleasure to be around. He helps with the organization and everything in practice. It just feels unbelievable. And we're just trying to get him to be more and more vocal. And probably the biggest surprise of the whole group has been TJ Moreland from Mineola. We went to our jamborees. We went up to Wichita to play in a jamboree last weekend, and we played Moberly. I've already played against Pat Smith and Bucket, so it's kind of funny playing against a couple of coaches that have already been here. But Pat Smith, they were really aggressive, and we threw TJ in coming out of Mineola. Probably hadn't been pressed by a JUCO team like that, and he just held his own and hit some really big shots. And, you know, Coach Furr always says it's the football in him because he was a really good quarterback over there. But, you know, it just starts with the type of people that they are, and when they're good people, they usually have a tendency to become pretty good basketball players. So I'm excited about the group, but I know every single night in this league is going to be tough, and just looking forward to it. I'm competitive, so, you know, as these guys know, I enjoy it, and we'll just have some fun with it. Thank you.
Well, that's going to wrap it up. Before we go, I'll remind the media members that you can grab the coaches when we get finished for one-on-one interviews. They'll be glad to accommodate you there. Wish everybody the best of luck this season. The women will be trying to go to Casper, Wyoming this year as opposed to Lubbock, and that's going to be a change. Of course, the men are going to go back to tradition-rich Hutch, and that's always the goal for the men's team. And we wish everybody the best. Let's try to get 3 teams at each tournament this year. That'd be a great goal for this region because this is the best region in the nation, bar none. I don't care what anybody says. But anyway, thank you for being here today. Coach Spencer, again, thank you for joining us. It's always great to see you. Coach Spencer, I'll tell you a real quick Coach Spencer story. Not long after we named the court in his honor, it's got Leon Spencer Court right there in front of where he sits on the front row. And he was sitting there and eating some peanuts and just throwing the shells down on the floor. And so somebody next to him said, Coach, you better pick those peanuts up. And Coach Spencer picked them up. But I know he had to be tempted to say, it's got my name on it. Anyway, but we love you, Coach, and it's always good to have you at any of our events. Thank you for joining us on the Cardinal Sports Network, and everybody have a great season and be safe going home today. Goodbye.